Most people over 50 don't realize they're making the same mistakes every day. These mistakes don't appear suddenly, they grow quietly over time. They slowly take away energy, health, and confidence. And by the time most people notice them, years have already passed. When people think about mistakes after 50, they usually imagine something big, a wrong decision, a missed opportunity, a dramatic turning point. But the truth is much quieter than that. Most damage comes not from one big mistake, but from small choices repeated every day without attention. One of the most common mistakes is believing that discomfort is simply normal at this age. Waking up tired, feeling stiff in the morning, losing motivation or interest in things that once brought joy. Many people tell themselves this is just how life is now, and they stop questioning it. But what feels normal is often just familiar, and familiarity can be dangerous. Another quiet mistake is waiting for motivation to appear. People say they will start walking when they feel more energetic, eat better when stress is lower, or change routines when life slows down. But motivation rarely comes first. Action does. Without small daily actions, energy continues to drop, and the waiting never ends. Many people over 50 also underestimate how quickly habits shape the future. A short walk skipped today feels meaningless. One unhealthy meal seems harmless. Another evening spent sitting instead of moving feels deserved. But habits don't measure time in days, they measure it in years. What you repeat now quietly builds the next decade. There is also the mistake of living on autopilot. Days begin to look the same. Meals are eaten without thought. Movement becomes optional instead of essential. Autopilot feels comfortable because it requires no effort, but it slowly disconnects people from their own lives. Over time, this leads to a sense that life is shrinking rather than expanding. Perhaps the most painful mistake is believing that change requires extreme effort. Many people think they must completely transform their life to see results. This belief stops them from starting at all. In reality, small adjustments, done consistently, create the biggest impact. The body responds to simple movement. The mind responds to small wins. And confidence grows from progress, not perfection. These mistakes are common, understandable, and deeply human, but they are not permanent. Recognizing them is not a reason for regret, it is a chance for control. And awareness is always the first step towards something better. Another common mistake many people over 50 make is believing that learning and growth belong to the past. They stop reading new ideas, avoid unfamiliar technology, and resist changes that feel uncomfortable. This is not because they cannot learn, but because they convince themselves they no longer need to. Over time, this belief slowly narrows the world and limits confidence. The brain does not suddenly stop adapting after a certain age. What truly weakens it is lack of curiosity. When people stop challenging their thinking, routines become rigid and fear of change grows stronger. Even small mental challenges, learning a new skill, asking new questions, or trying a different approach, help keep the mind flexible and engaged. Another damaging mistake is neglecting social connection. As responsibilities change and social circles shrink, many people spend more time alone without realizing the emotional cost. They talk less, laugh less, and share fewer moments with others. Loneliness does not always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels quiet, normal, and invisible. But over time it affects mood, motivation, and even physical health. Human connection is not optional at any age. Conversations, shared experiences, and feeling understood all play a powerful role in well-being. People who stay socially engaged tend to remain more mentally alert and emotionally balanced. Avoiding connection often feels easier in the short term, but it creates distance that becomes harder to close later. There is also the mistake of treating rest as inactivity. Many people believe rest means sitting, scrolling, or watching screens for hours. While the body may stop moving, the mind often stays overstimulated and tense. True rest allows the nervous system to recover through quiet moments, gentle movement, or intentional pauses. Without real rest, Fatigue becomes constant and recovery never fully happens. Another subtle mistake is focusing only on what has been lost instead of what remains. People compare their current energy, appearance, or opportunities to the past. This constant comparison creates frustration and discouragement. But life after 50 is not meant to be a copy of youth. It is a different phase with its own strengths. Experience, perspective, and emotional awareness are powerful tools when recognized and used. Many people also underestimate how much their inner dialogue shapes daily life. Telling yourself, "I'm too old," "I missed my chance," or "this is just how it is now" slowly becomes reality. Thoughts repeated often enough turn into beliefs, and beliefs guide behavior. Changing the story you tell yourself is not denial, it is direction. These mistakes don't appear overnight, and they don't disappear instantly either. But once they are seen clearly, they lose their power. Awareness opens the door to choice. And choice is what keeps the future open regardless of age. By the time most people reach their 50s, many of them carry an unspoken belief that life has already been decided, that the important choices were made years ago, the main paths have been chosen, and the remaining time is simply about maintaining what is left. This belief does not arrive suddenly. It forms quietly, built from habits, routines, and repeated thoughts over many years. After recognizing the small daily mistakes and the deeper patterns that limit growth, one question naturally appears. Is change still possible now? For many people, the honest answer feels uncertain. Not because change is impossible, but because it has been postponed for so long that it feels unfamiliar. The truth is, life does not stop offering new directions after a certain age. What changes is perception. When people believe it is too late, they stop noticing opportunities that still exist. They overlook simple ways to improve health, strengthen emotional balance, or reconnect with purpose. Possibility does not disappear, attention to it does. Change after 50 does not require dramatic transformation or complete reinvention. It begins with awareness. Awareness of habits that quietly shape daily life. Awareness of thoughts that repeat automatically. Awareness of routines that no longer serve the future you want. This awareness creates a pause, and in that pause, choice appears. Choice is powerful because it returns control. A choice to move the body gently instead of remaining still. A choice to rest intentionally instead of numbing fatigue with distraction. A choice to speak to yourself with honesty instead of criticism. These choices may seem small, but they signal a shift from autopilot to intention. Many people hesitate to begin because they fear that starting now means admitting past mistakes. They worry that change is an acknowledgement of wasted time. But growth is not an apology to the past. It is a commitment to the future. Everything learned through experience becomes useful the moment it is applied with awareness. There is also a quiet fear that improvement will require more energy than is available. But sustainable change does not demand exhaustion. It asks for consistency, not intensity. Small, realistic actions repeated daily create stability rather than pressure. The body responds to gentle care. The mind responds to clarity. Confidence grows from progress, not perfection. Life after 50 is not about recreating youth. It is about alignment. Aligning actions with values. Aligning habits with long-term well-being. Aligning daily choices with the kind of life you want to continue living. This stage of life carries something younger years often lack: perspective. Experience brings awareness of what truly matters. Emotional maturity allows for deeper boundaries and clearer priorities. The desire for meaning often becomes stronger than the desire for approval. These are not limitations. They are advantages when recognized and used intentionally. Change also becomes easier when the focus shifts from outcomes to direction. Instead of asking, "How fast can I improve?" the question becomes, "Am I moving in a better direction than before?" Direction shapes the future quietly day by day. Even small course corrections made consistently can redefine the next decade. It is easy to underestimate how much influence you still have over your own life. But the simple act of reflecting, listening, and questioning is already proof of agency. The future is not something that suddenly ends. It is shaped gradually by daily decisions, thoughts, and behaviors. No matter how many years have passed, your story is not finished. There are still chapters waiting to be written, still habits that can be adjusted, still moments of strength, calm, and clarity available to you. Time does not remove opportunity, it changes how opportunity looks. And that is why this message matters most of all. Not as motivation, but as truth. It's never too late to change. Not because change erases the past, but because it gives purpose to what comes next.